Hi guys. Hi guys, it's me, Sasha De Sola, principal dancer with San Francisco Ballet. Thank you for tuning in today to the Zarely home workout. I'm so glad you guys are here, and it's really great to be able to connect with you guys through the internet. So one of the things that I think is really important, especially when we're stuck at home, is staying physically healthy. But in order to stay physically healthy, I think you need to stay just as equally mentally healthy. And one of the things that I like to do to start my day is a short meditation. I use an app that has a guided meditation, and they give you a personalized one each day, which I think is really awesome. But for the purpose of today's live session, I thought maybe I could guide you guys through a short meditation as well. So if you want to join me, please do. It'll be very short, but just to give you just kind of the idea of how I like to start my day before we start our actual workout. So if you'll follow along with me, gently close your eyes and feel the weight of your body down into the ground and your spine lengthening gently up into the sky. Find a comfortable position for your legs and for your hands. And just nice, easy breaths. With each inhale, feel the cool air coming into your body. And with each exhale, warm air exiting. Visualize the positive energy flowing through your body and releasing any stress and anything that you've been holding on to. Feel those ribs expand as you inhale and exhale. Let the belly out and back in. And if your mind wanders from your breath, just gently bring it back to your breath. One last inhale. And a deep exhale, and whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. So thank you for following that with me. I'm by no means an expert on meditation at all, but I wanted to kind of give you guys a little taste of what I personally like to do. I find that it really centers me for the day and kind of puts me in a good headspace for the rest of the day, especially if we're going to be stuck at home. It's nice to feel good and positive and happy, because that's very important for our immune systems as well. So all of those things are very important. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start with the workout. I'm going to just change my camera. All right, so one of the things that I like to do before I start class is to get my body warmed up. I take ballet class every day, but in order to get my body warmed up for that, I like to do some Pilates-based exercises, and one of the ones that I really like is the ab series. So we're going to do the ab series right now. Some of you guys might know it already. So we're going to lay back, knees into your chest, gently lift your head,
And you're going to bring each knee in one at a time. Right knee, inhale, exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. Then we're going to do double leg stretch. Both knees come into the chest. You extend, bring the arms around, and back together. 2, and back together. 3, and back together. 4, and 5. Then we're going to do scissors. Exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale. 4, exhale. 5, exhale. Now lower lift. So we put our hands behind our head, or we can put our head down if we want, if there's too much tension in our neck. I'm going to lift mine, and we're going to lower our legs for 3 and lift on 1. Lower for 3 and up on 1. 3, 4, 5, and now crisscross, working those obliques. And that's it. So that was the ab series. Hopefully you're getting the blood flowing now. You should be getting a little bit of your breath up and feeling all your extremities working, starting to get a little bit warm. So the next exercise that I'd like to do, I think it's very important for ballet especially to have strong inside and back of your leg. So all of your work at the bar, that's really based on doing a really good proper ballet class. But you can also help your body find those muscles by doing exercises. So one of the best exercises for that, in my opinion, is bridging. So right here I have some free weights. These are little 3-pounders. My upper body is not that strong, and I don't recommend doing super high weight on this. But here's a little exercise. You do your arms in second, so you're working your upper body and your hamstrings at the same time. So you bridge up, bring arms to first, back to second, and lower down. 2, and lower down. 3, and lower down. 4, 5. Now you should be feeling this at the top of your hamstring, and also your pecs are working. 9, and 10. So to make it a little bit harder, I'm going to put my weights down, and we're going to do single leg bridging. So 5 on each leg. I'm going to lift one leg, do 5 bridges, the other leg, 5 bridges, and then I go back and I do another set of the entire bridging set, which is with the weights, and then single leg. So single leg bridging looks a little like this. So you're going to put your arms down by your side, relax your neck, relax your clavicle, keep your shoulders down into the mat. You want to have a neutral spine, so you don't want to be super tucked or super arched. You just want to be right in between. You lift a leg and bridge up and back down. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you switch, and other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we repeat one more time. So that's 10 bridges with double leg, then 5 and 5 single leg. So up, close, open, down. 2, close, open, down. 3, close, open. 4, close, open, down. 5, close, open, down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Put our weights down. When we do our single leg bridging, let's focus on articulating through our spine, using our abs also to help us bridge, right? So nothing is released in our core, everything is strong. But the majority of our work comes from our hamstring. So bridge up and down. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So hopefully now you guys are starting to feel those hamstrings engaged, the backs of the legs. A little bit of the bottom of the glute should also feel like it's engaged. And the upper body. So we did abs, we've done hamstring, back of the leg, we've done a little bit of upper body. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to do small back raises. So I think there's a tendency for dancers, since most are so hypermobile, to just move into your mobility. But for today and for right now, we're going to try to just work on articulation of the upper back of the thoracic spine right here. So right after your neck is your thoracic spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our stomach. And while we're on our stomach, we always keep our stomach engaged. We protect our lower back by keeping your abs engaged. We're going to bring our arms to second position. We're going to let our head hover right above the mat. And we're just going to start the movement from the top of our head and just a slight lift. So 1, very minimal. 2, 3, 4. We should also be feeling our lats engaged right here. Our elbows are still lifted, our fingers are soft. 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to use that same idea of keeping your abs engaged and your lower back protected, but we're going to make the movement a lot bigger, and we're going to bring our arms into fifth. So it's not going to be all the way up to here, but it's going to be a lot bigger. So bring your arms to fifth, keep your abs lifted, and you go 1. Try to keep your feet on the ground in the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And if you need to do a little stretch, go back into child's pose. Lengthen your back. The goal is to not build any tension. What we want to do is activate the muscles in a lengthening way, right? So we don't want to squeeze the muscles, we want to lengthen through them, if that makes any sense. So really it's an active movement. We're not trying to achieve a position. So we go one more time. Everything's going to have 2 sets. So first is small lats engaged. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And arms up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slow lower down. 6. Slow lower down. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ugh, that's hard. So depending on where you're watching from, here it's 10 a.m. in California. You might be on the East Coast, you might be in Europe. So thanks for tuning in, whatever time it is. For me, these exercises are best in the morning because it kind of just starts to get my body awake, get the blood flowing, get everything moving. All right, so after this, we're gonna do side planks. So we wanna work on our sides. I think one of the most common questions I get asked is, how do I do so many pirouettes, or what are some tricks for pirouettes? And I think there's a couple things that go into that, but one of the major things about pirouettes is having a strong core. You don't want to have this loose, right? This should be one solid piece. And of course, there's coordination involved, there's positioning, everything. But if you have a strong core, it's more likely that even if you're falling, you can kind of save a pirouette. So that's not only your abs and your back, but it's also your obliques, your sides, including your lats. I think lats are pretty huge too. So we're gonna do side plank raises with allongé. If I can get my mat to stay flat. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna lift, allongé, and back down. 2, 3. Now this lat is still engaged. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side, same thing. Now we don't want to sink into this shoulder. We want to stay nice and engaged, so that's using our lat. One long line from the top of the head to the toes. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. Sorry for me. 8, 9, and 10. Good. So we do 2 sets of everything. I like to try to rest as little as possible in between, so I really just get the blood flowing, but do as you need. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we should be feeling that now. Our lats and our sides, even our abs, rectus abdominis, our transverse abdominis, everything is working right now. And our back. All right, so one last exercise that I know that I tend to forget about, but it is very important, and that is inner thighs. So as I mentioned before, I think some of the most important muscles to dance, especially classical ballet, but ballet in general, are the backs of your legs and your inner thighs have to be really strong so that you're able to rotate and maintain positions in a beautiful classical line. So for inner thigh, we're gonna again engage our lat, and we're just gonna do 10 leg raises, very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. For today, I'm only going to do one set of inner thighs, but feel free to do another set on your own if you want. So the very last thing that I'm going to do today is just a little foot warm-up, so simple, but really effective. I think one of the most beautiful things that dancers can have is dexterity and articulation through their feet. I think that that really elevates a dancer, and that really shows mastery of their craft. And of course, it's harder in point shoes, and it's harder when you're on stage with pressure. But if we focus on building those muscles when you're just at home, it's easier for them to engage without you having to think about it. So simple flex and point, starting with the tips of the toes, and we're gonna articulate through the entire foot. So flex and a point, and a flex and a point. Focusing on the alignment, making sure you're working through the foot equally from the inside to the outside of the foot, from the heel to the toe. You should be feeling your calves, your shins. You want your whole leg to be engaged, including your inner thighs. You also want to sit up as tall as possible, keeping that tummy engaged as well. Now we rotate to first, and a flex, and a point. Flex, point, flex. It's all crack, crack, crack here. You probably can't hear that, but my feet are cracking like crazy. Flex, point, flex, point, and flex, and point. Back to parallel, and flex, and a point. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, turn out, and flex, point, flex. Especially in turn out, focus on the alignment. Make sure you're not winging or sickling at any point. So that's it. That is my at-home workout. This is just my morning warm-up workout. As I mentioned before, I think one of the most effective things that you can do is take a really good, proper ballet class and work really hard in that. So what I like to do while I'm at home, since I'm not rehearsing and I'm not performing, I have 1 pound ankle weights that I take bar with that I found have helped me engage my muscles a little bit better. And beyond that, I try to find other ways to work my body. And I think that there's a lot of joy in movement, and you can find moments of positivity in all of those things. So if you like to go running, but be careful with your joints. And if you like to do Pilates, then do Pilates. But I think there's also something to be said about changing it up once in a while. And so it's about finding what's right for you, but also finding a little dynamic in that. So just finding things to keep it interesting and keep it different and keep it fun and light. So thank you for watching. I'm Sasha De Sola, principal dancer with San Francisco Ballet. You can follow me at Sasha De Sola on Instagram if you want to kind of follow along with what I'm doing right now during quarantine. And I hope you guys are all staying happy, you're staying healthy, safe, that's the most important thing, and stay motivated. Doing great.
And now?